Welcome Aquarius and Aquarius cross watchers to your new moon in Pisces reading. So we have the two moonology cards here. One that says attune to the divine and meditate and contemplate, just to get the energy here. And then I did pull a couple of cards for overall energy, apologies. So we have assessing and resilience. So Aquarius, I kind of feel like you're in a state almost of just grinding. You know what I mean? I feel like you may have had this vision at a certain point in time, right? And it's like now you're in that montage, right? Where Rocky's like running and training and fighting and all of those things. And I feel like it doesn't feel like you've lost sight of what you're working towards or anything like that. It just feels like there's a lot of work that you're putting in here. And I kind of feel like if you give yourself a second to look at what you're carrying or the steps that you're taking, I actually feel like you might see that there is a way to lighten your load here. So what new start is Aquarius having? I can't help but feel like this is a bit of a middle finger from the tarot. Dang. So what new beginning are you having? We have the Fool reversed, which is about no. Right? The Fool upright would be about the kind of potential of this new something that can be attained or that can be reached for. And I feel like the message here is actually to keep kind of, almost want to say, keep pushing at what you're pushing for. I don't feel like you have this big drive to grab onto something new, right? I do feel like, I feel like you're looking at the work that you're doing right now almost as like necessary. It's like if you're working really hard, you know they say like, oh, don't work harder, work smarter. I actually feel like you're working just about as freaking smart as you can. You know what I mean? So what does Aquarius need to know? Whoops, dropping cards here. We have the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Princess. That would be the Page of Wands. So Aquarius, I actually feel like there's somebody here that wants your attention. And they seem to feel almost a little bit kind of like neglected. They seem to feel like they should have more importance. They should be getting more attention. They seem to feel like you've left them out in the cold a little bit. They seem to feel like you're very hard to reach. And now it's not that like, oh, all Aquariuses are detached, blah, 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 right? Which you may not. You may be, you may not be. It doesn't, that's not what the cards are talking about. The cards are talking about this person wanting to have this very deep emotional experience with you. And I kind of feel like that's not really the phase that you're in, if you will. You know what I mean? There's definitely somebody here that wants a new beginning with you. I'm just not so sure you're, fully looking in their direction, actually. So we're going to pull a couple of clarifiers here. We get a clarifier for this Princess of Wands. Or a few. So we have Queen of Swords and the Hanged Man reversed. Hold on for a second. So, okay. I don't know what's happened with you and this person, Aquarius, but they seem to feel like you cut them out. You cut them off. You're being really cold to them. Whether or not this is what reality looks like from your side, what I'm seeing from their side, it's like they feel like the two of you are kind of starting to build something. Something was maybe going to happen. And it's like to them, all of a sudden, it's almost like this out of nowhere, Aquarius just cut me off. Aquarius just dropped me. All of a sudden, Aquarius doesn't really want anything to do with me. They're way over there. They're not even looking in my direction. And I feel like this person, it's almost like they kind of don't care who sees the frustration that they're feeling. They're just feeling it. They're just annoyed. Not annoyed, but almost feeling like they may not be kicking up a big fuss, but I feel like this person is, they feel hurt. They feel misunderstood. They feel like they don't understand what happened here. They don't understand what went wrong. And I feel like you're kind of over here looking at the situation like you're not really sure why this person was putting so much stock in something that it's almost like you're not really sure why this person's so offended, because to you, the two of you weren't that close. So what does Aquarius see? What do they not see that they need to? What does Aquarius not see that they need to? So we have the Nine of Coins or Nine of Pentacles as what you do see. And then we have the Six of Swords reversed as what you don't see. So a couple of things with this message. I feel like you're looking at it like you are enjoying some time to yourself. And what's interesting here is I feel like this is just what I'm seeing in the cards. Okay, I'm not sitting here trying to judge or whatever, or tell you what to do. What I'm seeing in the cards is that if you cut this person off with like in one fell swoop, or if you don't handle the situation, don't kind of allow yourself to connect with them, I'm kind of feeling like you might regret it. And maybe not for the reason that you think. Right? It's really more, it feels like you just kind of may not realize how much it hurt this person. So it doesn't mean that like, oh, you're going to want to run back and do this or do that with this person. It just feels like you may not realize how much this connection meant to them. And I feel like you're kind of on to, what I'm seeing anyway, I feel like you're on to bigger and better things and you're moving forward, and it does feel to this person like you're kind of leaving them in your dust, and they don't really understand why. Can we get an advice card? Six of Coins. This would be the Six of Pentacles. So it's the energy of bringing things into balance. I feel like you may have felt that something was fair, or it's like you were looking at something like, okay, well, you know what, that worked out in my favor, but I'm sure it's pretty fair. It doesn't feel like it's fair. And I actually feel like to smooth things over, or to kind of not placate this person. It's not like you have to, pretend to be something that you're not just to make somebody happy. That's not the advice here. It just feels like it's not even that you owe this person an explanation. Aquarius, I feel like you know exactly what needs to be done here to kind of make peace with this person. It just feels like at the time, maybe you were in an energy where like, it just wasn't that important to take care of it. And not that you were being careless with this person or whatever, but it's like, if this connection meant more to this person than it meant to you, then that's okay that this person was feeling more than you were. That's fine, right? It just feels like there's something here that if this confusion is allowed to stay, it feels like it's going to start to multiply, and it may actually come back around and bite you in the butt. And it doesn't feel that it's because this person does or says anything, or they're out there talking some shiz on your name or something like that, right? I actually feel like it almost feels like because you know that it's actually, whoops. Listen, I would bring them out, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 cards. So that's, I actually feel that, hold on, we're gonna, okay. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm seeing in the cards. And from what I'm seeing here is that you may actually want to keep this line of communication, or this kind of, it's like you might want to keep the door open here. I feel like this person may be somebody that would actually be like actually a pretty strong, I'm hearing like a fantastic ally. It's like this is the kind of person that will have your back no matter what. I feel like this is the kind of person that will kind of like, yeah, Queen of Pentacles, that will defend you, that will have your back, that's not going to let anyone talk. It's like this is someone that actually seems to be quite loyal. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to leave the door open for romance if you don't want somebody, right? That's ridiculous. It does feel like just leaving the door open, even just to be friends. I feel like this person actually has a lot more personal power, possibly more influence than you realize. And I feel like if this isn't addressed, that this will come back around and bite you on the butt. So I think we're going to pull a card for, how will this bite, Aquarius? It's almost like, and then we have the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, which usually talks about kind of reviewing the work that you've done, putting that last little bit in. I actually feel like if you don't oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just seeing that there's the King and Queen of Pentacles here. I didn't notice that at first. I feel like there's an opportunity here that you may miss out on. Hold on for a second. And I feel like there's a bit of wisdom that this person is able to give to you about a situation that you're in. And I feel like without this person's almost kind of like their input on that situation, you may actually walk into something thinking that it's going to be this type of way, and it ends up being very different. And I feel like it's something that this person would have seen coming, because it's like they operate on a different frequency. Now, that doesn't mean that they're, more evolved or whatever, right? It just seems to be that it's like, for example, if you work in, what's very tangible, what you can see and taste and touch, and you're very good about kind of seeing certain things that are lying under the surface, I feel like this person seems to have a bit of a gift when it comes to kind of being able to see someone's next move. And now that obviously isn't going to be the situation for everyone, right? But it just feels like this person has some insight that you could really use. I feel like because they're very different from you, they think about things differently. And I feel like if it's possible that without this person, you may have a bunch of yes men that just kind of tell you like, oh yeah, you should do that. That's a great idea. When in actuality, it's like if anybody gave it real thought, they would see that whatever it is that they're telling you to go for is not a good idea. Can I get a clarifier? So, I actually feel that, here's the thing. I feel like there's somebody here that you may see as a much stronger ally, but I feel like with that person, it's almost like it wouldn't be as supportive and loving a connection. It feels like it's almost like it would be something, hold on for a second. Neither of you would ever really trust each other. So it's like with you in this Page of Wands, I actually feel like this person would be all about you. I feel like there's somebody that like they would be focused on you. it would be about you. You know what I mean? I feel like this is somebody that's pretty selfless. I'm kind of getting this energy of somebody that is, it's like they seem to be very other-centered. And I feel like they would really put you and the relationship first as much as humanly possible. Not to like a codependency sort of degree, but I feel like they would really be about you. Whereas I feel like this other person here, I feel like they might actually want to outshine you. It's almost the energy, and again, may not be the actual situation, right? It's the energetics of it. It's like either you can have somebody that wants to play a supportive role in your life, or, which is this Page of Wands I'm seeing, or you can have somebody that actually wants to be the star of their show and the star of your show. So let me flesh that out a little bit. The way I've come to understand it, right? We're all the main character in our own life. And then we have supporting characters, right? And then in the people's, in close friends or family members, we play supporting roles in their lives. And I feel like this person in your life, they want to be the star in their life. They want to be the star in your life. They want to be first on your list. They want. And this one just actually wants to be around you. They want to spend time with you. They want to love you. At the end of the day, of course, nobody's pushing you to be with anybody that you do or do not, or that you don't want to be with, right? There just is a message here that this one, it's like they might have more, there just might be more to them than meets the eye. And of course, Aquarius, use your own intuition to decide what it is that you'd like to do, right? Just want to pull some advice from this deck. Can we get some advice? So we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, and then we have so we have the King of Earth and which is the King of Pentacles twice, right? So the advice, Aquarius. I almost want to say, Aquarius, let the world around you change. Let things it's almost like let things take their course, because I feel like you're going to see what is worth you reaching out for and what isn't. And I feel like you may kind of see that it's almost like the more that you wait, the bigger the offer gets, if that makes sense. So I feel like you will get exactly what you wanted for. It just takes a hot minute to get to you. It's like it just takes a little bit longer. So it's almost like there's a little bit of caution here that impatience may put you in an energy where it doesn't feel like you're impatient. I feel like you're not impatient until you start getting a bunch of garbage offers that you don't want. Then it's like, it's not even impatience, it's annoyance. A little bit of frustration, almost like, well, don't I deserve what it is that I want? You do. It just feels like there's other people that are in line. For example, let's say you're an author and you're signing books. And it's like there's someone that you, I almost want to say like a regular, you know what I mean? Someone that that you've been looking forward to meeting, but you can see that they're, down the line. There's like, a few people that you got to get through first before you can talk to that person. It's that kind of an energy. So I think I'll leave it there, Aquarius. If this reading resonated, I hope that it was helpful and brought you some clarity. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for listening to the reading. I appreciate you. And I upload twice a week, once on Sundays for mini love reads, and then once on Thursdays for some longer reads. I do have, obviously, these reads coming out today, and then next week will be the March 2023 monthly love reads. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.